everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Silicon Dreams 1550 AM. I'm Sharlaine from Orbis 86, your host for today. And on this episode, we have with us Siddharth Jain, who is a seasoned law graduate and the head of Launchpad at LCX Exchange, leveraging 5 years of blockchain expertise to drive strategic partnerships, token sales, and successful onboarding of startups. Welcome, Siddharth.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Awesome. So, with that, we would like to dive right into your journey. So, if you could share about, how it was going from being a law graduate to your current role in business development and strategic partnerships in the blockchain and crypto space.
Yeah, sure, Sharlene. Sharlene, my journey in blockchain and crypto industry began in 2017 when Bitcoin was around 2000, $2,500.
Okay.
And I was in my third year of law school when this journey started. And this started with trading Bitcoins, but it quickly transitioned from trading cryptocurrencies to mining them. Me and my couple of friends started mining cryptocurrencies, but unfortunately, in 2018, due to a RBI's notification, crypto trading was banned, and banks were prohibited from dealing in cryptocurrencies or offering any services to the customers. So
Mhm.
we had to unfortunately shut down our mining operations. Post such SAR experience and busy schedules of later years in the law school, I got a tad bit disoriented and moved away from the crypto space. Though I kept in touch and was in close watch on the space and updated myself regarding all the changes that were happening in this space.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in 2020, I got to realize the true potential of what blockchain and DeFi has to offer
Mhm.
and the potential which it holds to disrupt the traditional financial system, along with making a presence felt in other market and sectors as well.
Mhm.
Because of this previous experience in this space, I got an offer to be an advisor to a team which was developing a launchpad. After that, I got another offer to consult on a metaverse project. And soon I started taking on more projects and provided advisory services regarding how to navigate in this particular crypto space and mainly directed at business development aspects.
Okay.
Then came the NFT boom,
Mhm.
all thanks to my experience I gained and the network I built while rendering these services. In 2022, I conceptualized and co-founded a series called Bay NFTs. It was a women-centric NFT series with a focus on community-driven digital fashion brand. This project not only celebrated the empowerment of women through
Mhm.
fashion, but also marked my significant foray in the NFT space. So we sold out the batch. It was a hell of a market. It was completely a bearish market.
Mhm.
Nobody was interested in buying NFTs. So at that time, it was the downfall of NFTs. So
Mhm.
soon after that, I got an offer from LCX
Okay.
and to join the business development team. And since then, I have I have accumulated raise of $25 million. I have onboarded projects who wants to raise this amount of money. I have created a network of investors, around 15 to 20 investors. I have a network of around 70 to 80 projects who are willing to raise funds currently and in the near future. And I have also created a network of launchpads and IDO launchpads and ICO launchpads of around 10 to 12 launchpads. So I have created a huge network of people around the work I do.
That's
So
an
this
awesome. Yeah.
yeah,
Sure, sure. You can go
that's a
ahead.
bit about me. That
Okay.
was a bit about me. Uh,
That's great. I mean, that's a very interesting journey, and I love that you had a project with a cause initially, and then now you've moved in with LCX Exchange. And so going to that, as the head of the launchpad at LCX Exchange, could you provide insights into the process of onboarding startups for token sales, ICOs, and also discuss the challenges involved in facilitating projects with a cumulative fundraising goal of exceeding $25 million, that is.
Sure. Surely the onboarding process is a bit extensive as it involves a thorough evaluation of a project.
Mm-hmm.
So we have devised a in-house due diligence process of our own, wherein we evaluate projects on the basis of few basic and advanced key factors, like technological innovation. Here we evaluate the uniqueness and the innovation of a project's underlying technology. Then comes team expertise. We assess the team's experience in both blockchain technology and the specific domain the project aims to disrupt. Then comes market potential, trends, and timing, which is a huge factor while deciding on onboarding any project. So
Mm-hmm.
here we analyze the size and the growth potential of any target market and how the project addresses a real world problem. Moreover, we stay updated on the latest trend in the Web3 space and also consider the timing of the investment in relation to the market cycles. Then comes partnerships and collaborations. So here we look at the partners they already have and the
Mm-hmm.
potential partners they want to have. So if there is a synergy between the partners and the project itself, and these partners are of repute, then it's a green light from us. Then comes roadmap, which is one of the most quintessential aspect which we evaluate because it shows a clear picture of what the project is willing to achieve in how much stipulated time. So it is quintessential to assess the project's roadmap for development, deployment, and scaling. Then comes the regulatory compliance. So we being a regulated exchange, it becomes really important for us to ensure the project adheres to the legal and regulatory requirements in the relevant jurisdictions.
Mm-hmm.
Then comes tokenomics is another aspect of it, because we are raising funds through token sale.
Yeah.
Tokenomics becomes a very essential part of our evaluation aspect. So
Mm-hmm.
here we assess to understand the purpose and utility of project's token within the ecosystem, and also evaluate the distribution model and incentive of tokens, and the network of participants in that particular ecosystem.
Right.
So these are few parameters which we evaluate. Other than these parameters, we also look at security measures taken by the project, the competitive landscape, community engagement, etc.
Okay, and so thank you for that detailed insight into the whole process of onboarding. That being said, my second part of the question is, what are some of the challenges that you usually face, and how do you all kind of overcome or get through them?
There are few challenges that we face while assessing and evaluating these projects, but we look at these particular aspects that I called for,
Mm-hmm.
and more or less what we do on our part to encounter these challenges is market research.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really important for us to understand the current market trends, the needs of the target audience, and competitive landscape. So for example, if there is a project which is focused on NFTs and metaverse,
Yeah.
so we would be a bit skeptical to onboard that particular project in current market trend, because the trend is not towards these particular projects and
Mm-hmm.
investors are not looking to invest in these projects.
Okay.
Similarly, if there are projects which are focused on AI or real world asset tokenization, we would be happy to look into them because these are the trends which are going right now.
Right.
Then another challenge that we encounter is of weak tokenomics. So tokenomics, as I mentioned earlier, becomes very important for us and for the investors as well,
Yeah.
because ultimately the investment is for the tokens.
Mm-hmm.
So developing a robust tokenomics wherein we define the tokens utility, supply mechanics, distribution plans, and how it integrates into the broader ecosystem of your project is very essential. Then after that, marketing and community building also becomes a challenge,
Right.
because in the public sale, what happens is the community and the public is investing in your project.
Yeah.
So a proper hype and the amplification of your launch of your token sale is rather very important. These are few challenges. One more challenge that I would like to tell you about is investor relation. So usually in a token sale, the investors which take part in the private sale, they are the most important investors because they are getting the tokens at the most discounted value.
True.
So they become a very essential investors for the project.
Mm-hmm.
So the outreach program has to start before even months of the private sale. So
Yes.
it has to be planned and strategized in a manner in which the investor is interested in investing in a project, and investors know how and when he can invest, and also the project should be well aware about the intentions of the investors. Let's say if an investor invests and he doesn't have the intentions to hold that token for a long period of time, and he just wants a quick buck out of that investment. That then it is very detrimental for the project as well. So it's a two-way street wherein the investor should be well aware about the project, and the
Yes.
project shall also be very well aware about the investor.
That is true. So we take back, investor relations, marketing, and community building from what you just explained, which is very important. And for us as a project as well, I mean, with Orbis 86, we've seen that as well. And yeah, that being said, with so many years of experience in the blockchain and Web3 space, right? What are some of the key trends and developments that you find most exciting or impactful for the industry right now?
Over the 5 years, Shalini, the crypto industry has undergone rampant and extensive development and changes.
Yep.
I have observed its journey, a transformation from fickleness and volatility to stability, a shift of belief from skepticism to dogmatism and firm belief.
Mhm.
So, truly, it has been a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
But to list a few, firstly, I would like to list institutional adoption.
Hmm.
This is particularly a trend which started off in, I guess, 2019
Hmm.
with entry of Buck and Fidelity Digital. These two particular agencies facilitated crypto trading and asset management to institutional investors. So ever since then, there has been a notable increase in the adoption of blockchain and cryptocurrencies by traditional financial institutions and corporations.
Hmm.
Banks, investment funds, traditional financial institutions, and corporations. They all have, started to integrate blockchain technology for various purposes, like cross-border payments, supply chain management, and especially as an investment class. So,
Right.
institutional adoption has been a great development in the blockchain industry because it was rather needed, because without the support of these institutional investors and institutional institutions, no financial system can run, and blockchain cannot get to the stage where it is right now.
Hmm.
Then I feel DeFi growth is another trend and development that is worth noting. So
Absolutely.
DeFi has emerged as a major trend. This
Hmm.
sector has been seen explosive growth in terms of user adoption and
Hmm.
the amount of money locked in DeFi protocols. So it has proved a financial system without any central authorities,
Yeah.
like traditional intermediaries and other sovereign states. So it's a kind of a development which was essential and which is very fundamental to the basics of a blockchain and the decentralized way of things ahead. So
Right.
after that, I think advancement in the technology itself
Hmm.
has been a major development in this space. Like blockchain technology has advanced significantly with innovations in scalability, efficiency, and most importantly, interoperability.
Hmm.
So it has gone from smart contract innovation to building layer one, layer two, introduction of modular blockchain, ZK rollups. So these innovations has led to increased use of use it has led to increased use cases and real life adoption of blockchain as a service. And one more I would like to uh, one more it's the for example POW to POS.
Hmm.
So the proof of work to proof of stake is also a great development in this space, especially looking after the environmental concerns which were associated with mining and proof of work.
Hmm.
This solution of proof of staking has been a game changer,
Hmm.
and it indeed has introduced a more secure and transparent system. Then, apart from these major developments,
Hmm.
what I feel personally have been the most exciting one for me is the establishment of decentralized exchanges and centralized exchanges.
Right.
Because back in the day, in 2017 to 2018, it was only P2P or OTC cash deals through
Mhm.
which we could sell or buy or trade cryptocurrencies. But it has become so easier these days through these decentralized exchanges and centralized exchange to sell, buy, and trade cryptocurrencies.
Right.
And I also found the meme coin trend to be really accelerating, 100x, 200x, 500x overnight. It was something beyond logic, but
Mhm.
amazing.
All right. Yeah, thanks for telling us. I mean, yeah, I mean these are some things that we have to look out for in the whole Web3 space as well. And now I want to get to, people who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs in the Web3 space, or just get into the Web3 space for that matter. So, in your opinion, what are, the main challenges and opportunities, considering the trends that you've mentioned, right? That startups in the blockchain and space face today, particularly when it comes to fundraising and market integration and just all of that.
Uh, yeah, so like in any industry, startups in blockchain space also encounter many challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So, to name a few, first being market volatility. So, the crypto market is very volatile,
Yeah.
and it can affect startup valuation and investor confidence,
Mm-hmm.
complicating fundraising efforts. So, for instance, there were a lot of projects which were building on Terra,
Mm-hmm.
but after the USDT and Luna fiasco resulting in Terra blockchain shutting down, all these projects had to either shut down or start from zero again. So
Right.
this volatile market has been and will be one of the most major challenges in this space.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I myself was deploying a project of mine with a friend of mine on Terra blockchain, but the fiasco made it really difficult for us. So we had to shut down the project. So
Mm-hmm.
these kind of challenges will be there
Yeah.
because the market still is at a very nascent stage. Thus, it
Mhm.
is very volatile.
Yeah.
But slowly, as the adoption increases, sustainability increases, stability will kick in and will make this volatile market into a less volatile market. Then another challenge that startups may face is regulatory uncertainty. Startups often struggle with evolving regulatory environment, which can be ambiguous and vary by region. So, impacting this impacts fundraising and operations a lot. The regulatory landscape is constantly changing, and it is becoming difficult for projects to navigate.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, in India, RBI, as I earlier mentioned, that RBI banned crypto trades in 2018. They imposed now they have imposed heavy taxes since 2022 July, which has made a lot of startups which were supposed to start in India to move abroad, and a lot of projects which were running in India have moved their operations to abroad, like countries like Dubai, Thailand, Vietnam, and so on.
Yeah.
Similarly, US banned their citizens from participating in an ICO. So these regulations and compliance is a huge barrier for any startup and may be, a great grave challenge for these startups
Mhm.
and act as a barrier for them to enter this space.
True.
Then lastly, I feel competition and differentiation is another challenge faced by startups. The blockchain space and the Web3 space is much crowded these days, and it becomes challenging for startups to stand out and capture significant attention. Due to open source culture, it is very easy to copy paste for any project or any product. For example, Uniswap. It is said. I'm not saying it is said
Mm-hmm.
that there were a lot of copies of Uniswap, and
Mm-hmm.
still in the white paper of those particular decks, at some places they forgot to change Uniswap name. So it still shows that it's a Uniswap, but it's some other project which is
Right.
happening.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's funny to hear that the market is crowded now, because a few years back, I think we wouldn't think of something like this. But then, even when I attended the India Blockchain Week, and I saw the amount of people that are now adopting, the mass adoption of Web3, which is it's still in a slow process, considering the population of India in general. But as we
Yeah,
did with the UPI, I think that's where we're headed at with Web3 and the whole technology, and also from, I think, a marketing perspective. More than just selling the technology, we need to kind of put out the use cases, which is very important for startups to kind of make sure that there are people that adopt the technology as a whole.
exactly.
Yeah, so that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But as I mentioned, the copy paste culture is very detrimental to this
Yeah.
particular space because as a trend kicks in,
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is making the similar product, and there is no unique factor or USP with one particular project, and there is no first mover advantage, because you can develop a project within minutes, within hours. If you are a good developer,
Mm-hmm.
you can just copy paste within hours. So there is no first mover advantage as well in this space currently.
That is true, yeah. And with that, I just want to, we'll come to our last question, which is,
Sure.
how do you kind of balance the technical aspects of blockchain integration with the marketing efforts when overseeing projects? And also to end it, what is one advice you would give to entrepreneurs entering the field?
Sure. I have been a law student, so it was rather difficult for me to go through all the technical aspects and to understand what a blockchain is and how a blockchain works. But as I mentioned, that it's an open source. It is really easy to make yourself educated about every aspect, every technical aspect of this particular space.
Mhm.
I taught myself how to code. I taught myself how to deploy an NFT, how to make a DEX, how to make a coin. So
Mhm.
it was very difficult, but it was made easier because of all the information, all the resources that are available to educate yourself. When it comes to marketing and the technical integration, market research becomes a major factor. You
Right.
have to be updated with all the current trends and how the blockchain and the crypto space works. It's ever changing. It's changing within minutes. It's changing within hours.
Mhm.
So it becomes very difficult for one person to be on top of every trends that are going on. So you should make a list of a few resources which you tend to look for trends. For example, you can be on Twitter, you can follow few pages, you can also subscribe to newsletters which give you daily trends and which update you about the daily trends.
Mhm.
So these are few aspects which can help you in marketing.
Right.
And what I have realized in this particular space, that nothing is for sure.
Mhm.
Everything is hit and try method.
Yeah.
So you, for example, giveaways were going great into 2022 and 23, but now they are not. A community engagement wherein you were asking for likes, for follows, and you were giving away something to the community members. It was going great in 2022, 2023, but it is not. There was no mention of airdrops a while back, but everybody is involved in airdrops currently. So
Yeah.
everything is try yourself. Everything is, you have to try first, and then you have to see was it successful for you or not. It's very subjective. It depends on project to project, category to category.
Right.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. I mean, the main thing is definitely education, and from an institutional perspective as well, to educate people and onboard them into Web3. That being said, for someone who's getting into the space, they have to be be able to learn well, to make sure that the sources that they are referring to are legit. And that being said, I think be able to just keep up with everything that's happening at some point. And I think most importantly, to be able to take risks, be confident enough, and be with what they are doing. And it's okay to fail, I guess. At some point you have to learn from there and build from there, as everybody does in Web3.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, with
Because
yeah.
risk is a major factor in our space. I mean,
Absolutely.
you see blockchains getting shut down in hours. You see exchanges shutting down in a day's time, one of the major exchanges. So
Yes.
risk taking is a major, it's a major aspect of our space, but the reward for those risks is exponential,
Absolutely.
and it's life changing money for a lot of people.
That is
So
true.
let's keep an example of NFT space.
Mhm.
So within a span of 1 year, people earned millions and lost millions. So it
Yes.
was the risk that those people took, and the people who lost money, they just gave into the FOMO, and they did not want to take risk and be the first one to invest, but they rather followed like sheep, and they lost their funds. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it indeed is a factor.
That is, yeah, it is true. I mean, yeah, when it's huge money, it's definitely a big thing. But then when people when you hit rock bottom, I think there's only going up from there. So you have to be able to take risks in this space, and yeah, that is an important factor.
That's true.
Yes. And yes, with that, we come to the end of yet another episode of the Silicon Dreams. Thank you all for tuning in. And, a special thanks to Siddharth Jain for sharing his expertise. Thank you so much, Siddharth, for being on our show.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
It was a pleasure having you. And yes, guys, remember that the future of blockchain is bright, and we'll be back with more exciting insights. Until next time, thank you.